Do you notice that your muscles seem to be getting weaker? Is getting out of bed a struggle? Do you feel exhausted, even after a short stroll? And are your legs feeling less stable? This isn't just plain tiredness, it's called sarcopenia, which often begins with a slow, almost invisible loss of muscle mass. But there's some positive news. There are simple and budget-friendly products that may help slow down this process. You try to maintain a healthy diet. You might even work out, making an effort to stay fit. Yet, for some reason, your muscles aren't becoming stronger. They appear to be getting weaker instead. It feels like your body is getting less responsive with each day. There's a shortage of nutrients reaching your muscles. Your body needs certain elements, and those are exactly what's lacking in your daily foods. If you don't replace them through meals, your muscles will continue to waste away. If you're serious about staying strong and self-sufficient, pause for a second, make sure to subscribe, and tap the notification bell now. This way, you'll always have the best science-backed tips to protect your muscles and keep your independence as you age. In this video, I'll share 5 foods that can help rebuild muscle strength, prevent sarcopenia, and boost your confidence in movement. However, one of them is found in every supermarket and costs less than most supplements. Muscles are your foundation for energy, balance, movement, and protection against falls. And you can support them not only with exercise, but also by eating a well-rounded diet. Let's begin with a product many people remember from their younger days. Our grandmothers enjoyed it, and they understood its benefits. Cottage cheese is more than just a dairy product. It's one of the most effective and accessible foods for maintaining muscle health. Especially after 60, when the body doesn't react to food as efficiently as it once did. As we age, our muscles react less to protein. You might eat plenty, but if it's not presented in the right form, your body just won't absorb it properly. That's what makes cottage cheese an excellent choice. It's smooth, simple to process, doesn't cause bloating, and provides your body with everything it needs to rebuild muscle fibers. It has casein, a protein that digests gradually, giving your muscles nutrients for hours, especially overnight. It contains leucine, an amino acid that triggers muscle growth and repair, even if you aren't very active. Calcium and phosphorus are 2 crucial minerals that make your bones sturdier, supporting your muscle structure. Cottage cheese requires no elaborate cooking and can be used as a base for many nutritious dishes, while also serving as a reliable recovery food. When is it especially wise to include cottage cheese in your meals? At 3 main times. In the evening, so your muscles receive amino acids during sleep when repair takes place. After activity, even if it was just a walk or some gentle stretches. During periods of tiredness and weakness, when your body needs a protein boost, but your stomach isn't prepared for heavy meals. Cottage cheese also contains vitamin B12, zinc, and selenium, which support your nervous system, coordination, and overall resilience. Fats and amino acids, in harmony, improve how nerve signals reach your muscles. How should you eat cottage cheese to truly help your muscles? Choose low-fat or fat-free types, around 2 to 5%. This provides a good balance without overworking your liver. Add fruits, nuts, a spoonful of nut butter, or flax seeds to raise its value. And help with absorption. Use it in both hot and cold dishes, casseroles, spreads with herbs and garlic, or veggie patties. The best serving size is 100 to 150 grams, 1 to 2 times a day, which is enough to give your body steady protein. And don't forget the main idea. Cottage cheese desserts, cheese snacks, and sweet spreads are not substitutes. They're loaded with sugar, disrupt your insulin balance, and wipe out the benefits of cottage cheese itself. It might seem like cottage cheese is too simple to make a real impact. But it's these straightforward, time-tested, research-backed foods that form the most reliable foundation for muscle strength, stamina, and recovery. Especially when every bit of protein counts. If you think cottage cheese is a simple way to rebuild strength, type cheese in the comments below. The first person gets the top spot, so don't miss it. Now, let's keep moving. Next up is a true builder for your muscles, no matter your age. Flax seeds are more than just a digestive booster or a source of fiber for your morning meal. They're some of the most powerful plant-based sources of omega-3 fatty acids, which feed your muscles from within. These healthy fats calm inflammation, stabilize hormones, and help with recovery, especially as your body starts to struggle with these processes over time. After 60, inflammation can start to build up. Muscle repair slows down, joints lose movement, and hormone levels may shift. Flaxseed offers a gentle, but notable, effect on these major body processes. It decreases inflammation in the muscles and joints, particularly helpful for those experiencing regular pain, stiffness, or arthritis. It speeds up muscle repair by improving nourishment and recovery, even after minor movement. Flaxseed also helps balance hormones, especially for women after menopause when estrogen levels suddenly fall. It improves insulin sensitivity, helping muscles use glucose and protein more efficiently and limiting energy loss. Still, flaxseed's benefits extend beyond omega-3. There's even more to it. Flaxseed is a complete package of nutrients that benefits muscles, joints, and digestion. It's high in soluble fiber, which not only cleans the digestive tract, but also provides a perfect environment for absorbing proteins, vitamins, and minerals. Lignans are natural chemicals that help with hormone balance, protect against oxidative stress, and strengthen immunity. Magnesium, calcium, phosphorus, and B vitamins all aid with muscle contraction, fiber repair, and bone strength. Because of this combination, flaxseed works like a natural oil for joints and a nourishing base for weak, tired muscles. Now, focus for a moment. How can you include flaxseed in your diet for the best results? Use it in a ground form. Whole seeds are not easily digested or absorbed. You can stir ground flaxseed into oatmeal, cottage cheese, yogurt, smoothies, salads, or vegetable dishes. Try soaking a teaspoon in hot water, letting it rest, and drinking it as a soothing, restorative drink. The best amount is just 1 to 2 teaspoons daily, no more. You can also use cold-pressed flaxseed oil, taking a teaspoon on an empty stomach, especially if seeds are difficult for you. Here's something to remember. Ground seeds can spoil fast, losing their health benefits. Keep them in a sealed container in the fridge or grind them right before using. Let's be real. Did you always view flax seeds as just a supplement or something only for digestion? In fact, they provide your muscles with biological support, keep your joints mobile, and help your body move past chronic fatigue into full recovery mode. The next product is not just tasty, it also greatly strengthens your muscles. Blueberries are more than simply a delicious berry. They act as a powerful antioxidant barrier, protecting your muscles, blood vessels, and brain from the damaging effects of aging. This is especially useful when the body starts to lose not just strength, but also sensitivity, balance, and speed of recovery. As we age, muscles begin to break down, not only because of missing protein, but also due to oxidative stress. This happens when free radicals harm cells and the body cannot repair that damage quickly. Anthocyanins and polyphenols, which are plentiful in blueberries, work as natural antioxidants, preventing muscle tissue from breaking down and helping preserve its structure and function. They shield muscle fibers from minor injuries and help them heal more quickly. They also ease inflammation, which can slow down recovery, and strengthen capillaries and blood vessels that bring oxygen and nutrients to muscles. This makes muscle tissue more able to resist strain and age-related changes. But muscle strength is about more than just size. It also creates a precise and fast link between the brain and the body. This is where blueberries reveal another benefit: support for the nervous system and mental function, both essential for coordination, balance, and quick reflexes. They improve nerve signaling, so signals from the brain reach the muscles more quickly and with greater accuracy. They help keep your mind sharp and defend against delayed responses. They lower the risk of falling, balance issues, and heaviness in the legs. This is especially helpful if your legs shake during activity, if you experience slow movement responses, or if you've lost confidence in your walking. This makes blueberries useful, not just for muscle strength, but for moving with confidence. You can enjoy blueberries fresh, frozen, or slightly defrosted. Their nutrients stay the same in each form. Add them to oatmeal, cottage cheese, smoothies, salads, or baked foods, especially at breakfast. A portion of about half a cup per day, or around 70 to 100 grams, can be mixed with other berries like raspberries, lingonberries, or blackberries to increase the antioxidant benefits. Avoid jams, preserves, and sweetened dried blueberries. Sugar removes their protective effects. Here's a suggestion. Eat blueberries in the morning or before lunch for the greatest benefit. If you're still with me and using these tips, type 1 in the comments and don't forget to hit the like button. We love seeing who's following along, so show some love. Now, let's talk about a product that can take the place of an entire handful of pharmacy supplements. Walnuts are not just something to eat with tea or a filling snack. They are a functional food that supports muscles, blood vessels, brain, and hormone balance, especially valuable as the body finds it harder to recover and becomes less responsive to everyday foods. After turning 60, the body faces small but important changes. Levels of anabolic hormones, like testosterone and growth hormone, decrease. Muscles become less responsive to protein, particularly if inflammation is present. Recovery slows down even after light exercise. Walnuts help create an inner anabolic setting, where muscles not only get nutrients, but can actually use them for growth and repair. They contain omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce inflammation and help cell membranes stay flexible. Arginine, an amino acid in walnuts, widens blood vessels and improves blood flow to the muscles. Vitamin E and flavonoids guard cells from oxidative damage. Zinc and selenium are essential for hormone production, which manages strength, sexual health, and tissue repair. Walnuts themselves are not a major protein source, but they make the right environment for protein to work properly. That's not the limit of their purpose. They also improve brain function, balance, and sharp thinking. After 60, problems such as imbalance, trembling, and slower reactions become more common. Often, the reason is not only the muscles, but the nerve-muscle link, the brain's ability to send fast, clear messages to your body. Thanks to alpha-linolenic acid and antioxidants, walnuts strengthen this link, improving coordination, stability, and motor skills. They also help with mood, memory, and clear thinking, which can directly influence your motivation to stay active, care for yourself, and push away sluggishness. How should you eat walnuts so they really benefit you? The best time is in the morning or as a snack between meals. A serving is 15 kernels per day, or about 20 to 25 grams. This is enough for most wellness benefits. Add walnuts to oatmeal, salads, cottage cheese, roasted vegetables, or blend them into smoothies with banana, apple, yogurt, or kefir. Avoid frying walnuts or eating those coated in sugar or sweet glaze. This destroys fat-soluble vitamins and turns them into more of a dessert than a health food. The final product is one of the most valuable for muscle recovery. It's like the mother's milk that supports your legs. It's quinoa. Quinoa is not just a popular seed in health food stores. It's a complete, affordable, and easily absorbed source of protein and micronutrients. This is especially crucial after the age of 60, when the body needs gentle but deep care. This ancient seed contains all 9 essential amino acids, making it a full source of protein, similar to animal foods. But at the same time, it doesn't bring heaviness, doesn't upset digestion, and is much easier for your body to handle, especially if eating meat feels too heavy or you've cut back for health reasons. Quinoa is particularly good if meat is tough to digest or not tolerated well. If you want to reduce the burden on your digestive system while maintaining muscle mass, or if you avoid meat for personal or dietary reasons, quinoa is your solution. You get a protein source that doesn't need complicated cooking or digestion. But quinoa's benefits extend beyond protein. It's also a mineral blend for muscles, bones, and circulation. Here's what's inside. Magnesium relaxes muscles, reduces spasms, and improves muscle tone. Phosphorus and calcium make the musculoskeletal system stronger, especially in the pelvis, hips, and spine. Iron helps blood deliver oxygen to your muscles, easing tiredness. Vitamin E and flavonoids fight oxidative stress and protect cells from damage. Quinoa offers the body a slow, steady energy supply, without sudden jumps in blood sugar or crashes afterward. This makes it excellent for breakfast, lunch, or a recovery meal after exercise, when you want to refuel but avoid heaviness. Cook it like you would regular porridge, in water or broth, for about 15 minutes. Use it as a side, a warm salad base, or add it to soups and baked meals. A portion of 3 to 5 tablespoons, or about 100 to 120 grams, is enough to satisfy you, without overeating. Quinoa pairs well with vegetables, eggs, fish, avocado, herbs, and olive oil. Remember to rinse quinoa before cooking, or buy pre-rinsed quinoa to remove bitterness and improve the taste. Cottage cheese, a soft, budget-friendly protein for muscle repair. Flax seeds, omega-3s and cell nourishment. Blueberries, for protecting muscles and the brain from damage. Walnuts, great for hormones, mental clarity, and recovery. Quinoa, a complete plant-based protein loaded with minerals. Try adding at least one of these foods to your meals, starting tomorrow. In just a week, you'll notice your body responding. Remember, you don't lose muscle in one day, but with the right food, you can regain it, step by step. Like this video if you found it helpful. Let us know in the comments which foods you've already included. Subscribe so you won't miss our next video about health and living longer.